Ladies and gentlemen, thank you from our panel as we head in straight.
Stop calling him TA AndyWand. For God's sake, Rob. It's AndyWand with TA tag.
As we head straight into the match. We're already on Mana 4, SUNSfan, thanks to your wild interruptions as we see no one has died, thankfully, so you haven't missed.
Thank God. Thank God for that.
We did not miss First Blood, a rarity in Artifact observing to miss First Blood.
Yeah, we're going to see each decks here for you guys that haven't seen the actual deck list right now. Of course, Mono Blue is going to be played by StrifeCro, who still has the name StrifeCro PM me for Constructed. I don't think he understands how to change his name. You can change it on Steam.
PM me for Constructed, what does that mean?
Well, this is back in the day when nobody was playing Constructed. It was only Draft in the beta. So he changed his name to say that so people would private message him.
To play Constructed?
To play Constructed.
Wowza.
Has never changed.
That's nice. All right.
AndyWand from Germany. That's a very nice looking back. Everybody has such like these vibrant backgrounds. Very, very white.
StrifeCro has a pair of pants on his ground in an unkempt bed. What are you talking about?
Oh, I was talking more about AndyWand. I didn't look at StrifeCro yet. He changes his the hair of his color every week.
That's very nice. The hair. Sometimes, would you shut up? We have a level.
Turn 3.
Turn 3 Time of Triumph coming out with 3 heroes and a Darkseer. We've talked so many times about the strength of this Darkseer, able to move this boy without Blink Dagger, something you wouldn't be seeing right now.
Yep.
And this is just damage, damage, damage. I don't think you do anything. I think you shut up, you pass, and you just let this tower go and plan ahead.
You use your concussive shot, I guess. I don't know if Swim actually started this trend of playing Darkseer, but I absolutely love it. It makes so much sense because, like you said, you kind of want to go all in on these lanes to be able to get these huge Time of Triumphs. And sometimes you just get stuck in the lane as a result. We've seen it so many times in this tournament, but now with the Darkseer, like you said, the Surge is God tier.
Do you Surge out that Tree Man?
Let's see.
You could Surge out Tree Man to lane 2, and then you could Stars Align and play something crazy if it comes up. Tree Man ain't even doing anything.
It's only 5 mana as well right now. I mean, but you don't really have anything to play. You have Spring the Trap, I suppose.
But still, I mean, next round you'd be set up to do another big boy move. I think that's genius. I'm a genius.
That's not bad, actually.
Right, okay.
It's gonna move the Bristleback, though. I mean, the problem is if you move this to the 3rd lane, it's gonna die to the creep because of the negative armor. It stays, right?
I was thinking 2nd lane, but okay.
If you went to the 2nd lane, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it will be Bristleback instead. I mean, that's the other thing to keep in mind, though, Slacks. If you kept all 3 heroes here, actually, he doesn't have a TP in sight. You're right. The reason I say this is because this is the Annihilation round coming up, right, buddy?
That is correct,
But he doesn't have anybody coming in. They're all dead. No way to get out. No items.
Yep.
So, interesting.
Interesting.
I mean, if you look at it this way, he could find lethal on this tower without anybody coming, right? And then keep initiative in time for somebody to come try to annihilate, and then you Surge somebody out because it'll be up by then.
Also a good point. One of the big things that we saw by putting too many eggs in that basket is getting answered with an Annihilation, so we're just going to go ahead and Stars Align now. I suppose that was for Spring the Trap.
Yep, for sure.
Taking out.
Sees that no items are in hand.
Yeah.
You have at any cost, which it'll do a decent amount, but doesn't look like it's going to be worth it.
Ooh.
Next round, it will kill everything but 2 units, Bristleback included.
That is interesting indeed. Arcane Assault coming out now. You would think that that'd be coming out so that he could get that Annihilation, but no heroes, as we talked about. He will have initiative. The question is he going to do anything? Because I guess he did draw another Arcane Assault. So yeah, he should be fine. If he didn't draw another Arcane Assault, would you have agreed with that play, SUNSfan? Because that loses initiative on the next round when that Annihilation is such an important play.
It might be because he wants to add any cost in the mid lane, so he doesn't want to risk getting dueled. So the initiative actually is quite important.
Okay.
If that's the case.
Makes sense to me.
Or just annihilate, even, like we've talked about.
Sure.
And I don't... Let's look at the list for AndyWand. He is not running any Fight Through the Pain, so no way to actually gain initiative. So StrifeCro knows for a fact that once you get to mid lane, he will be able to annihilate if he wishes to do so.
Very forward thinking from our pro player here. As we see what happens in this lane. Roseleaf Druid going to come out.
He can kill it with double Jaspers if he wants. Looks like he's going to. Obviously, you lose the ability. I mean, we're not working with Glyph of Confusion. I don't. Oh, actually, there is one Glyph of Confusion. Sorry, but generally speaking, the Jaspers aren't going to find as much value versus this lineup as you would others.
Sure, and just getting that early game tower now, it's actually a bad thing to annihilate this lane, some would argue, because you're moving these Triumph heroes out, although Darkseer's ability is going to be able to move them out anyway, so maybe you still have to do it. Either way, that can't feel too good.
Yeah, this has got to be an annihilation, right? At any cost just doesn't do enough. And it feels pretty bad because you have, you still have 2 Time of Triumph heroes in that first lane and no second annihilation in hand.
We do have a way to gain initiative, though, with that Arcane Assault, so... Mystic Flare, though, going to be used up. Trying to stop that axe. You're going to lose your initiative there. However, what's that really going to net you? That's going to net you a Legion Commander getting moved out before that lane's dead. Not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's bad, but it ain't that bad.
Yeah, and I think you're probably going to see the Surge come out, Slacks. The
first
LC
thing.
most likely to the mid lane, I would assume, to get a presence on the board. And you might see 1 blue hero in each lane coming up for StrifeCro.
Wow. I mean, you definitely only want to have 1 in that first lane. I get to see the 2 there. That makes sense to me. But Legion Commander gets surged. She gets herself any kind of like Berserker's Call.
Yep. Then it's
That's
just
very close to game over.
Yeah, I agree, because StrifeCro hasn't really... He did get 1 Blink Dagger, though, so he can kind of backtrack on one of these deployment stages. I think going to this first lane is pretty risky, though, if you put 2 here. He was thinking about it, but if you line up within call range, then it's just a disaster.
Mm-hmm. Woo!
All right, so we'll be 2 in the mid for StrifeCro.
Now, that's an insta-surge, right? You're scared that there's some kind of annihilation. You don't have to be in here anyway.
For sure.
So.
Yeah, so LC will most likely leave, and you can even just put a Blink Dagger on Darkseer, one of the highest value Blink Dagger targets in the entire game because of the ability to move other people around, and then you get the ability to move yourself around. All right, he's just going for the, hey, I don't think you have Annihilation, and guess what? Double Time of Triumph will dumpster you today.
Even if he does have Annihilation, what do? You move these 2 guys out to just completely wreck another lane? I mean, go ahead and Annihilate if you feel like it. I don't care.
Not many options here for StrifeCro.
Nope.
If this was you, would you move, I mean, you move LC here, and would you equip Blink on Darkseer to go to the mid lane as well?
At this point, after that's been used, I think I might consider that. But if he uses 1 more spell here, that is just a Berserker's Call into pretty much a game over. So
yeah, there's Berserker's Call, of course.
Yeah, you don't touch. I might have put that Blink there. I think that was the right move.
So you're saying you try to make StrifeCro use initiative, and then you just keep it Darkseer here. Is that right? So in the meantime, if he just passes, you put on Blink Dagger. I mean, there's no reason for StrifeCro to even pass, though, right? Is there anything like the Eclipse is going to be 5 charges once we get there? That is not enough to kill. Actually, it is. That is actually crazy. He kind of has to go. So this is 5 charges plus 1 auto Lucent Beam will actually be enough to kill LC. So this is a very important TP for Darkseer. Now the Eclipse does nothing. And I think the initiative might not even matter anymore.
I think you're right, unless he does have...
Maybe just Dimensional Portal.
Yeah, he could have another Annihilation, but that's just buying time in a lane that... I mean, those 2 heroes deploying again with already 1 used.
That's game.
That could easily be...
I think that's it. That's game
easily
over.
Be
StrifeCro just... AndyWand just picked up everything he needed. It was just one of those games. And Darkseer, again, this is what we've talked about time and time again. This is why I love this hero in this deck. Gives you so many options. If you get those high rolls, you get to actually move around the map.
Replace Darkseer with Omni-Knight in this game, none of this happens. Literally none of this.
That's true. Well, I wouldn't say none of it. I mean, it's still a green hero after all. But regardless, we're going to see the first game go to AndyWand in probably maybe the most convincing fashion today.
That was
quite a stomp.
A beatdown. Not only that, but very smart moves too. He drew correctly. He knew what to do exactly when he got those draws, and he made it work. The strength of Darkseer's ability in that one really coming through.
That's right, Darkseer, my boy. You know, the hero can still be good if the signature card still is not ideal. You know, it's not the creme de la creme of the signature cards. It's one of the lower end cards for sure.
Much like Rick's, you know, it's a common theme in green. Shitty signature cards, powerful abilities. Let's head into the next game.
All right, we got mono blue versus mono blue. This one might last a while, my friend. And of course, StrifeCro has played a ton of blue. We've seen him play the Storm deck in the previous tournament where he did really well and then made a quote saying, "I think I'm just better than everybody at this tournament," and then proceeded to lose immediately in the playoff stage.
Gracious.
But he has had a lot of practice. Obviously, he's a wily veteran in the card game space for sure, especially Hearthstone.
Very wily. What does wily
And he's
mean?
got crazy hair.
Very
How can
crazy.
you not like StrifeCro is one of the most, like that quote I just gave, it sounds so much different coming from him directly, you know what I mean? Like on paper that sounds pretty cocky, but for him, like he's just like one of the nicest guys you could ever hear.
Really?
Yeah, his stream just turned on. He's very calm, very he feels like he never gets tilted. Actually a very kind human being. I know something you're not used to being around.
Not at all.
I just dissed myself.
Only
by
cruelty is what I know. But
I mean, you do come from Dota.
that's true. A glyph of confusion drawn out
You
here.
were born from the depths of the Dota Reddits.
North American Dota Reddits. Yikes.
We have Agnum Sanctum for AndyWand here, or a Dimensional Portal. Of course, could just do both.
Let's go Tandy!
I mean, this will set up a pretty good opportunity to... All right, just going to go for Cunning Plan, hoping for a multicast as well. Would always be nice. Not going to find it, though.
Seems like a pretty important thing to swap there if you're going to sacrifice a Agnum Sanctum in the first round.
Well, I think the reason... he's going to get a little bit punished here with the Ignite coming through, getting the upkeep kill, but the reason he did that, I think, is because only one spell next turn and he's dead with Static Field, right? With that 1 HP.
I see.
But, I mean, the Agnum Sanctum, still not going to find it.
People really hold on to this Agnum
They do.
Sanctum sometimes.
They do.
I don't particularly understand it. It seems pretty value to me.
It might have something to do with the fact where you're not 100% sure which lane you want to focus on. And we're going to see it here, though, on the first lane.
And I would guess an at any cost here, maybe take out Luna. No, keep the creeps. Why not? I mean, to me, it seems like at any cost you wash those creeps, but
You wash them?
you wash them out. You know, wash
Sponge
those
them?
creeps. But 2 more creeps are coming anyway. Is it really that important when you could have got a kill on the other dude? Although Skywrath Mage does have 6 HP, so if Skywrath goes in the 3rd lane, that's a much more value one.
You think he's going to go to the 3rd lane? It's possible.
I think it might be a possibility, SUNSfan.
This Skywrath you're talking about? No, the other Skywrath.
Yeah.
I think this Skywrath goes... I was going to say mid, but... Oh, that's true. Ogre does die here, so you want another hero to accompany Khan in this case.
Makes
And
sense
you
to
want
me.
to take advantage of Agnum Sanctum.
Okay, so upkeep kill. If you guys don't know what that is, of course, when the round starts and you die here, it's not a very good thing. You're basically out for 3 rounds when you could have been out for 2. That's gotta hurt.
Yep, especially at the beginning. Not great. But does have the Agnum Sanctum now available. Doesn't have much to do, though. Ignite, I don't think you want to use Arcane Assault this early. Cunning Plan is actually used by StrifeCro onto AndyWand.
Yeah, I got an Ignite here. Arcane Assault, not much. You could play them both. That's okay. Might as well play cards. If it glows, it goes! Or maybe we want to keep our initiative for next time. For what, I do not know. I mean, you get initiative anyway, so play some cards.
Play
Play some cards, for God's sakes.
All right, there's the Ignite, which in some situation is quite scary if Prey on the Weak was available for StrifeCro. That would be a lot of dogs. Of course, they're only alive for 1 round, but the burst damage could be quite valuable. So you can Concussive Shot come out, and that will be enough to take out Zeus.
Well, doesn't play Arcane Assault. No problem.
But we're coming up onto the Annihilation round coming up.
That is true. And
There's the
there we
enemy
go.
cost. All right.
All right, that is value. Take out a lot of creeps and a hero. And woo, this would be such a bad play if the dogs were available there. That is so many puppers.
I mean,
That's a lot of pupper.
it would be burst damage that they die. I don't know. It's tough to call, especially when you're playing against a mirror, right? You want to save that to maybe just take an entire tower.
I'm trying. At any cost isn't scary if your enemy has, excuse me. The
Prey on the
doggies
weak.
of war are not scary if your enemy has a prey on the weak as well.
That's right.
Because then they just go the same amount.
That is correct.
That's right.
Very good.
Thank you.
You've learned. Eclipse could take out Ogre Magi.
Could!
This is the Annihilation range, and we see that StrifeCro does have it. I want to see a correct usage of Glyph of Confusion where it doesn't confuse the player that played it.
Yes. I think Eclipse is definitely the play here. You know that Annihilation is most likely in the hand, and that's just free damage. These bad boys are going to be going out next time unless you can get yourself off one more Arcane Assault. But, of course, no heroes are alive, so that cannot happen.
This is such a hilarious board. It's actually identical. Same
Wow.
heroes, same amount of creeps.
Not same positioning.
Oh, one less creep, actually.
Oh, SUNSfan.
It's very close to
You've
a mirror
led
match.
us astray here.
A true mirror match. But if you're AndyWand, you're still pretty happy about this, considering that this is the lane that you're dominating right now, and it's the first lane, right? We've talked
Like
about
this
this so
move
many
here.
times.
Like this
Okay.
move here.
Spread it out.
Think you might blink to the mid. I was going to say middle. I guess you just blink there. So, okay. I was thinking blink to the middle and get initiative again.
I mean, you can just pop this and get initiative. Boom.
You're right.
Booyah.
That
And
is
you get an extra card out of it, which is a Mystic Flare. Don't think that's going to be very helpful in this lane. No, not helpful. So this will be the Annihilation for AndyWand. He takes out the pesky Kana and company.
Wow, what a play.
Now, if Kana was at 4 HP from that Ignite, then this Mystic Flare would have been super hype,
Yeah.
but not to be.
Losing initiative there, so we might be seeing another Annihilation, but SUNSfan, these Annihilations are going pretty quick.
Yeah.
And
I like how they're both drawing them, too.
they are both drawing them. So we're seeing this board cleared a lot of times, but that time is soon to be running out. And remember, this is one of the most clutch reset cards in the entire game, if not the best. So getting a little risky using all these big boom booms this early, Sunsy.
That's right. And, I mean, with the mirror match, I guess this is the case for any time you play mono blue. You're looking for that 20 HP tower threshold, right?
That's right.
You want to get these bolts. How many bolts do these guys have? So 2 for StrifeCro and only 1 for AndyWand.
Only 1.
Which we've seen kind of the discrepancy between a lot of these mono blues, right? 2 versus 1.
I mean, you can't say it's only 1, though, when you got an Ogre Magi in your deck.
Great one.
There's always more,
That's true.
potentially.
I believe Swim was one of the people that played with 1, but he found it every single time
That is correct.
because he's just good at the game.
And look at that, a Prey on the Weak is finally drawn for both of our friends here.
That's right.
The onus, if you will, is on Strife, though.
Is this really? I mean, this really is not an Annihilation.
This is a Mystic Flare, I believe.
Yeah, Mystic Flare. Well, I'm talking
I
about
guess
for
you couldn't-
StrifeCro.
Yep.
No, well, Mystic Flare is not very good here.
No, not for Strife.
Yeah, for AndyWand for sure. Eclipse only with 4 charges, and yeah, that's not really enough unless everything hits. Could just put on an Hourglass, but Mystic Flare would still... Wait, let me see my math here. Yes, it would still get the kill.
Oh, no.
That's 12 damage, my friend. But now it's only 6,
Doggies.
so Prey on the Weak is popped. Okay.
Well, you could definitely Mystic Flare if you are Strife here. Necessary, though?
You'd have to Concussive Shot, and
I mean, he's
even
out of
then
mana,
that's
though.
not enough, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not enough. Because the way that Mystic Flare works, of course, does 12 damage, but it's divided by however many targets are surrounding you, essentially. So if you clicked on this left one, this is actually 6 and 6. But since he's surrounded by both, it unfortunately is 4/4/4.
Oh.
So with this equipped, obviously it's only going to do 6 damage at most to our friend Zeus.
I get it.
Good job, buddy.
Very good.
Very impressive. Now, you could go for a double Thunder God's Wrath.
Oh,
Which-
not good.
That is 6 damage each instance to Zeus. And on the other side, that kills Luna. So you do get 2 kills out of it.
2 is not great, though.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think you hold on to that for another time.
I'll
See how many
try.
cloaks are on these guys. Yeah, I mean, a double Thunder Gods would kill Ogre. And, of course, Skywrath as well. So I do agree you save that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what is the play here? Tandy taking his sweet time. Nothing looking too delicious, to be quite honest with you. I guess a cunning plan for another card draw. But nothing there really groundbreaking, I have to say. You could Prey on the Weak, you could Arcane Assault, but what do you really get out of that?
What I was looking for.
Zeus thinking about bailing, and a frightening refresh here. Make my day,
really
he
frightening?
says. He says, make blink out. See what I got in my hand, baby. You want to go? Go! I dare you.
He has 3 Thunder God's Wraths, though. Now.
He doesn't have anything, but he's daring him. He hits the button, and he says, try me, bitch. And he, well, no, sir, he says as he stays.
All right, we got 1 used. That's interesting. That is very interesting.
No, now I'm just confused.
I'm a little confused as well, actually.
I could have just killed him.
Well, for AndyWand, we're going to have... All right, he's going to use it now, so... That is... Did that not kill Zeus? Am I done?
Are you done?
He has 1 HP. Oh, because he gained 2 from the Stonehall Cloak afterwards. So,
Hi-oh.
so he went for the... I'm a little confused. He went for the 2 Thunder God's Wrath. Only gets 1 hero.
I think you miscalculated, as you did as well. I mean,
I did not miscalculate.
no, you thought that Zeus was going to die because of the 2 HP.
Oh, now.
He probably thought the same thing. Tandy
no,
forgot about that.
My question is why not to use that originally?
Well, of course, that was also my question, too. I think it was a mistake assuming that he could kill both heroes by going mid. But, of course, we don't make assumptions about pro players here. They're all infallible, so we don't guess that kind of stuff.
Well, I think the most important thing is that he did kill the blue hero in the 3rd lane. So trying to get as much pressure on these towers as possible. And the big deal here is that Hourglass was not able to be played by StrifeCro. Of course, one of the biggest counters to these blue draw your entire deck decks.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, as we're saying, cards are extremely important, and even having it for 1 round makes a host of difference with all of these ways to draw cards in this deck. So not great that the Hourglass was not be able to put on. Of course, if he did it, he'd be dead right now, so we'll see if that pays off.
All right, 25 HP for StrifeCro in the 3rd, 30 in the mid, and exactly 20 in the 1st lane.
That's a pretty good situation here. You might just want to just bail, but whatever. We got 1 more Thunder God's Wrath to insta-kill Zeus, as he does have an initiative if he would like. Weakens everybody else on the map as well, opening up for things like that.
Mystic Flare.
Mystic Flare, yeah. So let's see how we go here. Of course, you want to be casting Thunder God's Wrath with your Ogre Magi, especially considering that's your last one. It's a very value card.
Your last Ogre.
Huh? Your last Thunder God's Wrath. But you can't do that here, Sunsy.
I don't think so. Yeah. Well, as a result of that, Zeus does obviously survive from the last time around. But initiative... I mean, we'll see what he chooses to do. Is softening the heroes up that important at this stage when you don't have... Do you have a Mystic Flare? Oh, you do have 1 Mystic Flare. Okay. Which, I mean, Mystic Flare just kills Skywrath by himself. I keep thinking it's a her.
Her?
Yeah, in Dota I have a problem thinking it's a her for some reason.
That is a man.
The cosmetics they have in Dota are very, very effeminate. So I guess that makes sense
Skywrath?
sometimes. Yeah.
He's a bird.
Yeah, exactly. Well, birds are kind of effeminate, don't you
Birds are effeminate?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a goose? Annihilation.
Annihilation does take out the 2 heroes.
That's an answer for you.
I guess. I mean, we talked about this before. You delay this until mana 10. You bolt this lane. That's a free lane for AndyWand, right? Annihilation is going to come here now.
How exciting.
Yes. This is mono blue versus mono blue.
Clear the deck again. Ah.
Will we see another Annihilation?
Oh, I hope so.
Well, I don't know why he would annihilate his own 2
Just
heroes, but
do
you
it.
never know. Mystic Flare seems a little bit better. And now this is down to 20 as well.
Oh.
So AndyWand does have the technical advantage if he's able to get initiative for the 10 mana round. He bolts first. Well, he only has 1 bolt though, right? Yeah. He does have it in hand though.
He's ready.
And you want the Ogre to go to that lane.
You do.
You wanna copy that.
You
guy.
need that double bolt, baby.
Yeah.
Not really, but this is looking pretty nice. Mr. Tandy looking good. Strife in a little bit of trouble. Maybe he can annihilate 1 more time. How many annihilations are even left? Let's look at that number.
Well, there's 1 left for AndyWand and 2 for StrifeCro.
That's it?
Hey, we've used half.
Oh, God.
3 more to go.
3 more annihilations. Everybody get ready. Buckle up.
Luna to the first lane, huh? Does he have a blink or something?
An intelligent decision, if I may.
He wants to take this down to the very important 20.
God, that's perfect.
Does have blink.
Golden ticket, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the hypest moment of the match.
Let's
see it. What do we want here? What do you want? What
Anything.
items?
Sword.
Very unexciting.
The Ring of Tarrasque. Oh, no.
Right. He's going to have to move, or I think he just loses the game.
You dare think?
Now, is there a... There is an Eclipse to kill
Eclipse.
the Luna if she goes here.
Eclipse.
But
Foresight.
But there's no Arcane Assault or Agnum Sanctum in the last lane to regain initiative afterwards.
So tell me what you're thinking about here. You're saying that 1 blue hero is going to go in that first lane. It's going to hit that 20. It's going to be an instant knockout. And in this round, lane 3 is going to be going down, so that'd just be a game win. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Wait, say it again?
No.
I refuse.
It was a long sentence.
Now, Glyph of Confusion might have to be played somewhere, actually.
I love that
You put
idea.
Glyph here.
You
100% put Glyph. There we go. All right, so now StrifeCro actually can survive this. And the only thing that can be picked up is the... Does he have Jasper Daggers? He does not have Jasper Daggers in his deck.
Who doesn't have Jasper Daggers?
AndyWand, so he can't actually kill
Andy?
the first tower.
Andy
This
does not
is
have
actually
Jaspers?
a huge problem.
I mean,
So this means that Ogre
not a
has to
huge
get at
problem.
it. It is a huge problem. What do you mean?
not a huge problem, buddy.
He literally would have won this game.
I mean, that's not a
Otherwise.
huge problem. It's 1 stun. I mean, he's stunned for 1 round.
You don't think that's a problem?
That is a problem. I won't say it's a huge problem. This tower's most likely going to go down this lane, and he's going to blink, and he's going to have initiative. He's going to get stunned up right here, but that stun will be gone next time.
That's true.
With the Arcane Assault
Okay, he just
securing
wins.
that, he just wins the game.
He won the game.
No, I wouldn't call that a huge problem.
Okay.
I would call that a nice
Good call.
attempt.
Good call, Slacks. So TandyWand will actually take this 2-0.
Do you want to know why he lost the game?
Why is that?
Put a blink dagger on Luna, never blinked her. That was the only chance to win the game, in fact. And he lost that bad boy. Perfect damage here. 20 damage with initiative. Game over. Strife, shut this shit down, baby.
Our wily veterans have been losing so consistently that it is kind of mind-boggling.
Not to
StrifeCro
me.
is getting completely just destroyed here. I mean, this was a pretty close game, let's be real. The Glyph of Confusion was a good attempt.
How is this a close game? It is 40 HP in the mid and 33 in the second lane.
Well,
This is not a close game. This is a beatdown, sir.
I guess that's true. It was a beat. I'm trying to be nice.
I don't give a shit about kindness. Okay? The guy lost.
That's on you.
He's not eliminated yet. We can say nice things about him later.
Okay.
But for now, he got a pooped on. Too load.
Well, the bolt is coming.
He does
bolt
not
is
know
coming.
that the bolt is here. There is only 1 bolt in the deck,
That is true. He does not know, but we do.
but we do.
And we know the game is over.
Maybe he won't play the bolt just to be a dick.
Glyph of Confusion.
I'm confused. Slap down that Big Daddy bolt, Tandy. Don't F around here, kiddo.
What is he thinking about?
He's thinking about
there it
how
is.
long he wants to wait. And Strife is out.
StrifeCro's like, huh?
2-0 in that series. We will see him again, but not the display many might have thought.
Yes.
If you weren't paying attention to the rest of the tournament, because if you were, you know.
I'm just glad we don't have to see mono blue versus mono blue anymore. That is a rough matchup.
Freedom for us as the casters, but the analysts, they love that kind of garbage. Let me go ahead and send you back to the analysts so they can gush over that mono blue party. Take it away, boys.